Good morning, welcome back to the second day of my little European long weekend to the Vosges Mountains. This is my beautiful Airbnb that I stayed in last night. I had a lovely breakfast with some croissants and some cheese and some butter, and they asked me if I want a beer. But I think they meant for this evening. They're not just being very French about things. But anyway, got the M1000R out of the shed where it slept last night, and I've made some quick modifications based on my Garmin braking. I'm just going to quickly show you them now. Very exciting. It's not. So yeah, I did 430 miles on this yesterday, and as I've mentioned, the Garmin packed up. So I'm going to try something different today. I've removed the USB-C lead from there to the sat-nav mount, and I've replaced it with a lightning cable so I can charge my iPhone in the top of my Krieger, and I'm going to use the BMW Connected app to try and beam sat-nav directions to the screen. I've no idea how it works, but the BMW PR man Neil tells me that I'm a fanny and I'm a horrible person, but also to try this as well. But yes, the Krieger US20, I've taken all my clothes out of it because I'm not travelling anywhere today, and it's kind of got all that, you know, that baggy skin left over, you know, when you like lose loads of weight and then you've got leftover skin. No, me neither. I've never lost weight. But anyway, let's get cracking. Need some fuel. Then I'm going to head to the mountains and see some First World War stuff. Woo! Not too many aches and pains today. I've got a little bit of bruising on my shoulder from my rucksack yesterday on my collarbones, but that's my fault for packing it with 1,000 kilograms of stuff. Otherwise, I feel fine. My arse was a bit sore last night, but it's gone this morning, and I'm ready and fresh to go and carve some twisties. Yeah. And I had to lay her down. I hit the twisties too hard. I had to lay her down. Still don't really understand these traffic lights, so I presume it means if you're a British person you can go. So this is probably the first you've seen on this video of the Vosges Mountains in daylight. This isn't even the mountainy bit, obviously. This is just a hilly valley that I'm staying in the village of Lubin. And it is super gorgeous. I've stick some footage up of what it looked like this morning. This is the first time on a tour I think I've ever stayed somewhere more than one night, and I have to say it's already changing the way I think about tours, because I always just hotfoot it from one place to another, like a fly that's had its arse set on fire by a can of Lynx Africa and a lighter. And I already feel more relaxed about things. I can dump half my luggage and just spend the day exploring. I've suddenly got way more hours in the day, so I'm going to be able to stop at some places. I'm going to be able to look around some museums and some memorials, because that kind of stuff interests me. So I'm a bit of a history nerd, if you didn't know this. I only read Second World War non-fiction, basically. It's a bit sad, but yeah, I'm really interested in the First and Second World Wars and just European history in the 20th century, because that's kind of what I grew up watching in films. That's the way it works, isn't it? Today's going to be a bit of that, but also a lot of lovely twisty roads and gassing the bejesus out of the M1000R. People say motorbikes are really dangerous and everything, but they don't tell you the real hazards of riding a two-wheeled machine. And that is that I've got a fly in my left ear. It's floating in my helmet and it's buzzing around in my ear. It's really unpleasant and quite distracting. We're starting to get into the heart of the Vosges Mountains, and it's getting a bit more cow-like. There's lots of cows. I hopefully am going to the Col de Bon Homme at 950 meters altitude, where the Peugeot 308 SW pulls out to meet some lads on their Ducatis. This looks familiar. Yes, I could have been in Wales in the rain, but I'll take this. Oh, good God, this is what I came here for. So we are on our way to a memorial that I happened upon last year when I was here on my KTM, and it's called the Memorial de Lang. I think it's L-I-N-G-E. I don't know how to pronounce it. But this is a part of the world, the Alsace region, where there was lots of defensive lines in the First World War. And this is a German one, I believe. And I think there was lots of fighting there. There's a big German World War I cemetery. Sorry, First World War cemetery. And yeah, I just want to go and have a nose around. I'll take you with me. I'll show you around and see if it's worth visiting. Oh, those shiny tarmac. That is the one thing about these mountain roads, is they do lose some of the grippy stone texture on top and make it a bit shiny. Motorcycles. Oh, look at that view. And this is one day from the UK, if you live in the south of the UK anyway. But yeah, it's not just hairpins. I get really bored of hairpins. It's just hairpin after hairpin. But yeah, this is a lovely part of the world. You have got a lot of stuff in your van. This is a German overlanding person. We've survived the nuclear holocaust. We have lots of tin Frankfurter. Yeah. The zombies will not be able to chew through my Kevlar underpants. Miriam, did you bring the strap on? Oh nein, it is covered in Nutella. Oh well. The M1000R looking absolutely glorious. Lots of mountain bikers going up, getting an uplift with their bicycles. But just look at the view. There's a bike park here, obviously. Oh, a KTM friend. And yeah, look, you can see people starting to come down the trail there. Yeah, it's my idea of a good time if you don't have to pedal. But yeah, what a gorgeous part of the world. I just met a really nice guy while I stopped to take some photos of this beautiful bike park. Met a guy from Germany called Andre 3000, and turns out he lives near the Black Forest but doesn't ever ride around the Black Forest. He comes here to the Vosges Mountains. He thinks it's more beautiful. Lower speed limits, or higher speed limits, fewer people, etc, etc. It's just better, he reckons. And interestingly, he's also a massive history nut, so he's telling me about some great Second World War sites to come and visit around here. But yeah, it's a huge bike park. Oh, there's one of those roller coaster things. Love it. I mean, what are you doing? This is not the correct side of the road, you people. Right, heading to Lac Blanc, which, if my French from GCSE is correct, that means soggy potato. Nice. Right, sorry, this is getting a bit bitty, but I just had to grab my camera. Just look at this. Look at this. It's stunning. I think this is Lac Blanc. It'd probably be prettier if it was sunny, but hey, what a gorgeous part of the world. I'm going to stop saying that. Oh, the tarmac's so nice. Look at this. This is just a normal little road. It's like a little roller coaster. Did I say that posh enough? A roller coaster. Oh, binky! On the roller coaster! Spiffing! What? Let's go and kill some Bosch. My life is a Biggles book. There are lots of corners that tighten up on you in this part of the world, so yeah, take it easy around the right-handers, especially when there's a big rock face on your inside, because you can sometimes just be a little bit, oh yeah, tightens. Col de Vetstein, I remember this. Now, I am here in the Vosges Mountains in the height of the summer holidays. It's the middle of August, and I've never toured. I usually tour in September. I've never toured in the school summer holidays, and it is a lot busier, but the roads aren't chock-a-block. It's a big enough country that even when anyone's out on holiday, you don't get snarled up playing caravans for miles. Yeah, get the view. Ride in the grass. Don't ride on the grass, it's bad for your health. I just don't know of anywhere in the UK where you get this much consistent goodness for so long, with the views as well. Love it. And also, I know that I'm never more than 5 minutes away from a chocolate croissant. Here we are. I'm at the first bit of war stuff. Lovely, look at that baby blue Mustang. Yes. Right, we're starting the war bit of this video at Lonne, or the Lingenkopf. This is a World War I trench system. It's kind of a rocky spur, full of old trenches set in the mountains, kind of on the border between France and Germany. And here in 1915, between I think it was May and September, there was 3-4 months of really extreme fighting where the French lines and the German lines were basically on top of each other. And in these hills, in the rocks you can see behind me in the trenches, 17,000 people died, and they reckon 10,000 of those were French, and many of them are still buried here today, just under the mess of trenches, barbed wire and shells and stuff. So yeah, it's kind of a proper memorial really. I'm going to show you what I find. Let's go and have a look. So this is very interesting. That ridge line there is apparently the old border between France and Germany. I don't know if it's going to come out. But on these First World War photos, it gives you an idea of how tough the fighting here must have been, with trying to fight up these steep slopes in artillery fire. God, it must have been horrific. As you can see, they've still got lots of the trench systems here, I guess, restored a bit with all the rocks. But you can see all the netting they had over the roofs of their dugouts to stop them being buried, I guess. It's pretty grim. And this is a very, very kind of remote part of the world as well. You see old rusty barbed wire down there. And these white crosses that you can see up here are when they excavated and exhumed the remains of soldiers. So see if you can see this one. They found this person in 1969. 3 unknown French soldiers who were buried there in 1915. It's kind of sobering. Some of them have names, some of the soldiers they found, but many don't. Just a mess of barbed wire and brambles. There you go. Oh, the German soldiers get black crosses. Okay. So, this is the final resting place of a German soldier, Hugo Schorg, who died here in 1915. So you can just see how mixed up it was. You can see these firing positions here with the little slits for them to shoot through and observation posts. So that's what it looked like in 1915. All the dark black lines are the French trenches and the grey area are the German ones. So you can see they're just kind of got the main trench system here and they're taking out these trenches, I guess observation posts on the German lines there. Now this right here, this is a German machine gun emplacement, and you can see the firing slit just down there, and you think, oh, that's going to be looking out at the French lines. The French lines are there. That's 3 meters, 3 meters away between the French trenches and some Germans spitting machine gun fire at them. You can see how well reinforced this is. I think it's been built with basically a railway track to reinforce it. All these iron girders embedded in the concrete. Jesus Christ, imagine attacking up there into the face of that. It is a bit of a weird contrast, I don't know, something strangely unpoetic about all the beauty of the scenery. And then, yeah, trenches, death, and destruction. Now apparently the Germans prefabricated lots of emplacements like this and they brought them up to the front line to install them. So that's a prefab German concrete bunker that would have been looking down, and I don't know if this comes across in camera, that's a really steep slope, looking down on the French trenches. There you go, it says in German, built by, I guess, either the battalion that built that. This cross here shows us that there were 2 French soldiers exhumed here only in 1999, on the 15th of April 1999. So yeah, as recently as that, they're still finding the dead. I've just found this large square blockhouse which was apparently on 3 floors and accessed through an underground tunnel that the Germans blew up at the end of the war. But you can see this, the firing slits are kind of sloped up and down so they can fire all along the slope against any attackers. The Germans do love a bit of concrete engineering, don't they? Right, I'm going to finish up here and get back to the bike. My mind is boggled at how complicated this system of German trenches is and how well entrenched they were, with stone walls to stop them collapsing. Just barbed wire for miles and miles, and I'm out of breath just walking around this place. My Apple Watch tells me I'm about to have a heart attack, so I can't imagine being a Frenchman trying to take it off the Germans. There's just little nooks, crannies, dugouts every way you look. Like, look at this. Still got the wooden supporting beams all over it. That's full of pine cones and filled in, but yeah, what an incredible place. So this is the Memorial de Linge or something like that. Let's get back on the bike and go and see more of the Vosges before I lose all my body water through sweat. It's quite hot today. Right, just around the corner from where I just was at the front line at the Lingenkopf is this. It's the Horod German First World War cemetery. And like all German cemeteries, First World War and Second World War, it's got a very different kind of vibe to your Allied ones. Very dark crosses and lots of dark stone, red stone. It's a very somber place, as you can imagine, but all these people fell in a very beautiful part of the world. I think we often forget about when it comes to the First World War. We think of the Western Front, of the Somme, of Passchendaele, but not this mountainous area in the Vosges. So yeah, this is 500 meters from the trenches where I guess a lot of these guys fell. 2,400 guys buried here, all with metal crosses. I think they were replaced in the 70s with metal crosses instead of wooden ones. And you'll spot in amongst them are these kind of more traditional headstones, and the reason for that is the Jewish people. So yeah, oddly prescient, I guess, First World War. You had your Jewish soldiers fighting alongside everyone else in the German army. Wilhelm Kohn, who was a Gefreiter, fell very early in the war, 28th of August 1914. But yeah, it's just one of those places that I stumbled upon last year alongside the road, and I've seen loads of war cemeteries in my time, but never in quite as beautiful a location as this one. Right, we're going to crack on now. I'm going to grab some lunch. We're going to head to the more traditional part of the Vosges, the southern Vosges, the Route de Ballon, the Ballon de Cretes, or whatever it is, the Route de Cretes, that's the one. Some beautiful scenic roads, which you've probably seen on the channel before, but going to do it again. Why not?
Well, it's good to know that even in this beautiful part of the world, the council can still just leave loose stone chippings and pretend it's a road surface. It's not just Surrey County Council. Have to go around about 2 miles an hour or low side it in the gravel off the edge of the cliff and impale yourself on a randy bull. Some people might enjoy that, I don't know. Do you like your randy bulls? Do you like your bull Randlemans? That's a Band of Brothers reference that no one's going to get. It's an interesting part of the world because we're near the Alsace region. People kind of mostly seem to speak French and German interchangeably in the Vosges Mountains, so my French is probably not, it's probably 3 out of 10, whereas my German is 5 out of 10. So if I get away speaking German to someone, I'd much rather do that than say, oh, je suis désolé, je suis anglais. I'd rather say, entschuldigen Sie bitte, haben Sie eine Tochter für mich? Ja, mit großen Nocken? Nein, leider nicht. Ooh, cool. I came up here in the wet last year on my KTM going the other way, and it's like a little hill climb. Today, not wet, but gravelly with a chance of low side. Good road alert! I'm on the D417, which is kind of a functional D road that you used to get between places here in the Vosges. I think I go west to the bottom of the Route de Cretes. And it's just one of those normal French roads that's just astounding. Look at this. Corner after corner. A few little cheeky hairpins thrown in for good measure. And the Peugeot 3008 driver is actually getting on it. Let's go and check out the Swiss Abarth 124. Please tell me it's not just a Fiat 124. I think it's an Abarth. Yeah. Look at the scenery as well. Glorious. Lovely. Oh, look at this tarmac, honestly. Oh, parfait. Lovely. Look at this. This is knee-down material. If only I was half decent at riding a motorbike and cared about such things on the road. Yeah, it doesn't matter what bike you're on either. Probably don't want to do it on a 125. I would say anything over 500cc, if I'm being snobbish, would probably be quite enjoyable on this. The D, whatever I said it was, 417. I've just seen a Tesla towing a caravan, and I bet that knocks about 100 miles off its range at least. Look down there, you can't see, so is the tunnel. God, there's a massive old valley there. And coming up on the Col de la Schlucht. Apparently in 500 meters, and hopefully the place I want to go to for lunch and have some berry tart. Yes, this place, Auberge de la Schlucht. Let's go and park my motorcycle, probably over there. Merci. What does that say about you? Lone Ranger, whipping horse. Oh, is it Zorro? He's got this. Oh my god.
Right, I've just stopped for lunch on the first day, and the most important thing when you're touring is to stay hydrated. I sweat a lot, I get very warm, so I have one drink. I have 2 drinks. I have 3 drinks. You're not meant to drink lots of sugary drinks when you're riding motorbikes, but whatever. I'm on holiday. I'm going to get fat. Now, the bike parking is something else. There are some proper horrors over there. I think I've come across the Harley-Davidson owners group of Germany, and they've all got awful airbrushed artwork on their bikes. Not that I'm Judge Judy, but I am. And then there are 2 cool Dutch guys on Ducati Street Fighter V4Ss. Someone's got a Harley-Davidson Racing Division t-shirt on. Surely that's not a thing. Oh, such hard work staying healthy. How do I keep my figure?
Now I'm going to head up onto the Route de Cretes, or I think is the Route de Cretes. But anyway, it is my iconic Vosges Road. You go down here, you turn left at the man with a handlebar moustache and the American flag on the back of his bike, and then yeah, up into the montagne. This is definitely one of those roads where the road surface is never quite as good as I remember it, but the views will hopefully make up for it. It is very busy up here. This is very different in September. You don't nearly as many cars parked along it. So yeah, although there are good sections, there are sections where you have to be a bit careful because be people opening their car doors, children running into the road, being trailed by dogs, etc, etc. But the nice bits are, generally speaking, free of traffic. As you can see, it's also a ski resort, so there's lots of chairlifts and associated snow sliding paraphernalia. Oh look, yeah, it's just mud sur la place. Bonjour, ça va? But yeah, big open sweepers here with nice, lovely sight lines and caravans, admittedly. So yeah, big fan of this road, despite the fact it's busy. It's still really rather bloody good. Bike is so fast. Luckily the brakes are really good as well. Right, up here at some point there's a view of a lake and it is astonishingly pretty. But for now I will slow down because there's campists and cyclers and datchers on the wrong side of the road. I guess all these marks in the road are from people's snow chains chewing up the road in winter. It's like little concrete centipedes have done poos everywhere. Gorgeous, gorgeous scenery. Underrated part of the world, this. I think this is the part of the road with lots of little flick, flack, le flick, le flack, le flick, with a nice little low stone wall to remind you that if you fuck it up, you're going off the edge of a mountain. Le flick, le flack, le... Yeah, this is what I come to the Vosges for, people. It is delicious, nutritious, and 100% your RDA of Sendage. Oh, hello. Oh, that was a 4 litre GT3 RS. We are now in the Alsace region, so not the Vosges at all now. And this is the bit where you climb. Well, you don't, you ride your motorbike climbs up the side of this mountain, and there's a speed limit. Well, there's speed limits on all of it, I know which ones to abide by. And you just get glimpses of lakes and valleys beneath you. I'm going to stop up here and show you, because it's kind of hard to look over there while riding without crashing. Yeah, look at that down there, it's pretty.
This unassuming lay-by on the D430 is my idea of heaven. It's got beautiful views, beautiful corners, and you can get here within a day from the south of England and still have time to ride the road. And you're only 2 hours away from the Black Forest as well. Oh god, what's he doing? That's awful. Can we make this stop? It was pretty. Oh yeah, there we go. Mountains. Yum.
I mean, hell. I need to stop and appreciate this, don't I?
I'm sorry, I keep stopping. I'm still on the Route de Cretes, and this little section that I've just done, I'll try and stick the drone up, is just S-bend, 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 but not tight ones, big loopy ones, and you end up there somewhere. It's just unbelievably pretty here.
It's quite nice, isn't it? If you want more of this sort of action, check out the next part in the video series in which we'll be doing some of this.